Dear friends in Jesus Christ, peace be with you. Today's gospel passage for our reflection is taken from the Gospel of St. John, chapter 5, verses 31 to 47. In this passage we see Jesus says, "I do not accept glory from human beings. How can you believe when you accept glory from one another, and do not seek the glory that comes from the only God?" Through these verses, Jesus is saying, I'm not looking for people's praise. I only care about the honor that comes from my Father. Jesus healed the sick. He fed the hungry. He taught like no one ever had. Crowds followed him and people praised him. But he never got caught up in it. He didn't let popularity distract him from his mission. Why? Because he wasn't living for human praise. He was living for the praise of his Father. At his baptism, the Father said, "This is my beloved Son. I am well pleased with him." That was enough for Jesus. There was a young disciple who trained for years with a wise master who taught him to play music. The master would often say, "Play as if only God is listening." One day the disciple performed on a big stage. The crowd loved it. They clapped loudly and gave him a standing ovation, but the disciple wasn't smiling. He looked for his master in the crowd. There he was, sitting at the back, not clapping. His face was sad. The disciple rushed to him and asked, "Master, didn't I play well?" The master said, "You played perfectly, but not from the heart. You played for their praise, not for God." The disciple lowered his head and said, "Then all their clapping means nothing, what if you're not happy?" The master gently replied, "True joy doesn't come from people's praise. It comes from knowing God is pleased." Friends, let us live for the day when the Father will say, "Well done, good and faithful servant," because in the end only His praise matters. Amen.